Hey, what is up, guys? So today I'm going to tell you my tips and tricks on how to dumpster dive in 2017. This is a really brief summary, and to watch the whole video, I would like to say 1. Have the proper equipment on, a light source, boots, long pants, gloves. 2. Have a basket to put all the stuff in that you do get. 3. Go at the right time when you feel comfortable doing it. 4. Go with someone that you feel comfortable going with. 5. Go and just have fun. Like, don't expect to find anything, because when you expect to find stuff and you don't find it, that's the worst thing that's to happen. And 6, I do have a couple of stories if you guys want to hear it, of when we've gone and found stuff that we shouldn't have, and also we have found stuff that is creepy as hell. So yeah, just let me know. So let me start this off by saying that I'm going to be putting in the background other videos that don't have that many views that some people might not have seen if you just recently subscribed. So I'll leave links below to go check them out. So let me start this off by saying, number 1, this is going to be in absolutely no order, so I don't know why I just said number 1. It's going to be in the order of just however I'm thinking about it. Don't go list this out one by one of what you actually need to do, but I mean, you could if you wanted to. If that makes no sense. Okay, whatever, I'm off topic already. Alright, so let me start this off by saying, 1, you should probably go with a friend, and go with a positive friend that has a good attitude about it, because when you go by yourself, sometimes you'll second guess yourself, and that's not good in situations like that, because you'll talk yourself out of doing something that might actually like find you something, if that makes sense. Because sometimes I'm like, no, I don't want to stop here, and like sometimes Jazz is like, no, stop here, and I'm like, no, I don't want to, but we end up stopping and we find things. So yeah, like, definitely go with someone that's gonna be positive and not negative, because negative people don't really like work out really well in dumpster diving. And the reason I say that again is because also when you go dumpster diving, don't expect to find stuff every single time. I think that's one of the biggest things that people fail to realize, is that we don't post the times. Okay, I've posted one video once before where we went dumpster diving and we didn't find anything. But typically, I'm not going to post anything unless I find something. And the reason being is because if I don't find anything, there's no content to it. So I don't show you all the times that we actually go and we don't find anything. And like back when I lived with my parents and me and Jazz used to go, literally we went, I think it was one for like 3 months straight. Every single night we went, and we would find stuff probably once a week. And the drive out to the place that we'd go was literally like 30 minutes from my house. All right, another thing is make sure you bring the proper stuff. Like, I would so highly recommend you guys go into like a store and buy one of the like a headlamp, because it keeps your hands free, and especially if you go at nighttime, it's hard to see in them. And a headlamp's perfect because it illuminates your line of vision, and you can see stuff without having to hold a flashlight or your phone that is more than likely really expensive and that you could drop and break. So definitely bring a headlamp. And also along with that too, I would recommend wearing like long pants and boots. I know a lot of you guys see us going in sandals and stuff, but that's just like the weather down here. It's pretty hot, and I just forget sometimes. And like I said earlier, most of the time I go with it thinking I'm not going to find anything, so I don't even bother doing it. But I would recommend wearing like long pants and boots, and then have a pair of gloves on too, because you never know when there's glass. And trust me, it's happened to us a couple times where we stuck our hand in glass straight up, because you can't, glass is transparent and you can't see it, and you literally will get stuck with it, and it's not worth it, because once you start bleeding a lot, and glass cuts are pretty deep most of the time. I see a lot of comments asking about what time I go. I will typically go at night. Along with this, I would also say that you should try, if this is your first time going, try at different times, and also try on different days, because there are days that the dumpsters are going to be completely empty. Try a couple days later, like 2 or 3 days later. I know that's kind of vague and whatnot, but it literally depends on so many different variables that, like, it's like if I get home late from school or something and Jazz is feeling up to it and I'm feeling up to it, then maybe we'll go after we eat dinner or something. But I'll typically go when after the store is closed and like stuff like that, because like it's kind of awkward somewhat for me still, even though I just don't care anymore. Like, if I were to be jumping in the dumpster and like an employee comes out to throw trash away, like that's kind of awkward. Like, for whoever you are, that's a pretty awkward situation. So try to avoid that. But you got to remember too, like I've worked retail before, and it's like I know that there's still people in the actual stores, but there's a lot less at night. So like it's people like doing back stock and stuff like that. So if they were gonna throw away stuff, it would be like boxes of cardboard or something, but not like actually in the trash can. And if you guys go dumpster diving enough, you know that most of the time those two are separate. Like there's a trash can for actual literal boxes, and there's one that's just for trash. And that's also a tip too. Like if you're moving and you need cardboard boxes, go to one of these. They're typically filled to the top with freaking cardboard boxes. That's why I never understood why anyone would ever buy any, because there's always so many in the dumpsters. And along with that, we do also see a lot of comments saying like you guys should donate this stuff. We typically try to donate stuff that will actually like cause no controversy, if that makes sense. Like I'll donate like if I get like animal stuff, I'll typically donate it to like a humane society, like if it's collars or leashes and stuff like that, because I have no use for that, even though I have dogs and stuff. But I'll donate that because I know like I can look at it and see like that's fine. There's nothing like faulty about it. Like maybe it might like break or something, but it's not like something that could actually hurt you. But food and stuff on the other hand, like I won't really donate that to a food bank because I'm not sure like what might be up with it. And I'm willing to take the risk for myself, but I'm not risk. I don't want to take the risk for someone else that doesn't know. You know, it's one thing knowing about it, and it's another thing of donating it. Because once I do donate it to someone, how do I know they're going to tell that person, and if it's going to even be relayed? And I'm pretty sure if I told them that I pulled it out of a trash can, they're not even supposed to take it. So that's another reason I don't do it like that. But I do give it to a lot of my friends and family, and I do tell them where it comes from so they do know the risks and they'll get over it, to be honest, because it's free stuff. Also, I would like to say, too, another really good tip would be to, when you're dumpster diving and you start finding stuff, have a container to put the stuff in because sometimes it is nasty stuff. Like there might be like a little bit of like lotion or body wash spread all over it or whatnot on it, and it's good to always have like even like a towel or something just to put it on just in case because you don't want to get that in your car. It's a good idea to do that. And if you do start pulling out a lot of stuff, it's a good idea too to just jump out and go ahead and put it into your car just in case someone does come along, because if they come along and they're like get on and go, and like let's say it's like just a security or whatever, they're going to tell you to leave all that stuff there and just throw it away most of the time. I mean, sometimes they'll be okay with it. They'll be like, okay, just go, just get out of the dumpster and leave. But we've had a couple of times where like literally they're like throw it back in there and leave. So it's like it's better to like once you get a little bit of stuff to go ahead and put it in your car, because it's actually once it's in your car, how do they know? They're not going to search your car. So it's a good idea like after you get like maybe a handful of things to just go ahead and put it in your car. Also, I would like to say, I've never actually been dumpster diving in the daytime. All right, another thing I would like to talk about that I see a lot of in comments that ask, like, where do we go? We typically will stay away from malls and stuff. The reason being is because typically they have, like, a combined trash system where it's, like, literally, like, all the trash will come together and then it'll be thrown into a compactor. So first off, a compactor I would not even attempt to get into because one, you'll win a Darwin Award, and if you don't know what that is, look it up. And two, like that's so dangerous. Like it's not worth it. Whatever you're gonna get is not worth it. And then three, more than likely, a lot of stuff will be combined. Like food places will throw in, and then like let's say like a clothing company will throw in and stuff. So it's just like it's a mixture of stuff that like doesn't go well. And also, I see some people do it. I typically won't get into a food dumpster just because of like the actual bugs and like rats and stuff like that. You don't really see that in makeup dumpsters because you don't have like rats and bugs and stuff like that, or like even like clothing places or shoe places. They won't have any type of bugs for the most part. But freaking food places, oh, those are disgusting. And those are the types of dumpsters that a lot of people think we jump into. And for your case, we do not jump into dumpsters like that because that is gross. And so, yeah, we typically will try to stick with strip malls and things like that because those will have like individual dumpsters in the back so we can actually know which store we're going to, if that makes sense. Like literally like the dumpster for that store will be exactly behind the store. So like sometimes they'll even have it marked. Like if you look in the front, it'll be like store 0080, and in the back it'll have a dumpster that says 0080, and then boom, you know which dumpster is which. So that's another reason not to go to malls and to try outlet malls or even individual stores like a big one. I know some people do find stuff at places that are bigger, like, but I've never really done that. I've typically always stuck to outlet mall type deals, and they've always pretty worked out pretty well for me. So yeah, I hope these tips help you guys out in your dumpster diving needs, and I hope that helps you find some stuff. And if you guys find any cool things, just like leave it in the comments, tell us what you found.